Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Tyreek Told You podcast. I just realized, I start every episode with, Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Tyreek Told You podcast. I feel like I need a new greeting. Like, what up, hoes? What y'all doing tonight? No, I don't talk like that. I don't talk like that. We want to just stick to what we've been doing. So, once again, hey, everybody, what's going on? What's going on? We've had another long week. I feel like we're going to have long weeks for the foreseeable future, at least here in the United States, because, we just a mess all around, politically, socially, and economically. Welcome to the Roaring Twenties. Um, I've this whole month for me has been kind of stressful. I've been super, super anxious. Just a lot. Like, I have a lot on my plate. I have a lot that I want to do, a lot that I need to do. And it's just, I'm the type of person, like, when I get overwhelmed, I just fall back. So, I end up procrastinating and putting things off and just trying to get out of that. But one thing I will not do is miss a week of this podcast. I might be a little late sometimes, and I will always apologize for that. I'm sorry for being late this week. Y'all, I needed a haircut. I was tired. That's really what it was. I was just exhausted. I was supposed to do this yesterday. I'm like, no, I'm going to sleep. But I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I am back. So, a lot has happened in the news and in pop culture. Um, Today, it's January 30th. Last night, there was an unfortunate plane crash in Washington, D.C. There were no survivors. And, the leader of our great nation decided to get on the news and imply that the pilot might have been a DEI hire, and that's what led to the crash. So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Okay. It's not okay at all, but that's what we're dealing with. So, I feel like I already know where to set my expectations for this administration. I am prepared for the absolute worst. And that's just how it's going to have to be for the next 4 years, unless I get up out of here. I heard they was denying passport applications. Yo, they about to turn this place into North Korea. You can't leave. You got to stay. But we laugh to keep from crying. So yeah, I don't like to get too heavy or too dark on this show. So I did want to acknowledge that tragedy because that is very unfortunate. But we are going to pivot into something a little lighter. Uh, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but one Shamarco, better known as Shamar, clock that T, clock that, him. He is currently in a bit of a beef with Miss Netta. Yes, Miss Netta, as in Charles and Netta. Charles's wife, Miss Netta. Charles, your lunch is ready. That Miss Netta. Now, when I had first seen that they was into it, I really had to sit and think to myself, do I want to do I want to do a deep dive into this? Am I that interested? Do I care? And apparently, yeah, I do care because, I haven't really heard much from Miss Netta since that whole incident with the Jamaicans. And, a lot of people don't like Miss Netta. I'm cool with her. I think that she's entertaining. I like her and Charles. I like watching them eat together and just talk shit or whatever. But, sometimes Miss Netta's mouth can get her in trouble. But anyway, back to this Shamar story. Shamar and his ex Alvo had did some type of collaboration with Miss Netta and Charles. And some people say that Miss Netta might have been clout chasing because ever since the Jamaicans dragged her, it's been a little quiet over there. So she's just doing whatever she can to keep her name in the algorithm. So There was something about her trying to borrow $50 from Shamar and Alvo. You know, Shamar telling us he's booked and busy. He stayed on tour. He stayed on the stage. He stays in the studio. Netta stays in the kitchen. So, maybe Miss Netta might be a little bit jealous of Shamar. But, they've had a bit of a back and forth. Um, this is going to shock you, but Shamar is the one making the most sense. You got to give credit where it's due. Shamar said that Miss Netta wanted to borrow one of his old wigs. It's just a lot. Do people do that? Do y'all like borrow y'all homegirls' wigs? I feel like once it's been on your head, it shouldn't be on nobody else's head. But I don't know much about wigs, so hey, maybe that's just how things go. I don't know. But we're gonna wish Shamar and Miss Netta the best. I try to I try to keep it cute when it comes to certain people because like if I know you got like some type of disability, be it physical, mental, or both, I feel like we kind of teeter the line between entertainment and ableism. So yeah, let's just always be mindful of things like that. What else happened? It looks like DJ Academics is getting canceled because he doesn't know what type of conversations are appropriate to have with teenage boys. There was something with like a Discord chat and some streaming people. We had Black Boy Max and one of his moderators. I forget the young man's name, not young man, the boy's name because he's 15. But all I know is academics and like some other grown ass man was trying to have some very sexual conversation with this boy to the point that the 15-year-old said, "Hey, this is grooming." Now, you in some deep waters when a teenager tells a 33-year-old man that, you're grooming him. And fun fact, I also happen to be 33. Me and DJ Academics are the same age. Can you believe that? And I don't need a 15-year-old to tell me what not to say because I guess I'm a responsible adult. I don't know. I don't know. But as of right now, Academics has been banned from Twitch. He's like been losing deals and partnerships. We're gonna see how this plays out. Ack said he can't be canceled. Anybody can be canceled. Popeyes is having a big week. The Super Bowl is coming up, and Popeyes unveiled their Super Bowl collaboration with Don Julio, the tequila brand. And when we first heard about this collaboration, many of us, myself included, assumed that we were going to get a Don Julio lemonade, a little lemonade margarita, because what else could a Popeyes do with a tequila brand? Tequila is an alcoholic beverage. Some people like to drink their tequila straight, take a little shot. Others like to mix their tequila into a cocktail, a margarita, perhaps. Maybe a Popeyes strawberry lemonade margarita with Don Julio Reposado. That sounds pretty good, right? Right? Well, no, we were all wrong. We were completely wrong. Popeyes unveiled this collaboration, and we're basically getting some reposado wings. So chicken wings cooked in Don Julio reposado. There is a reposado chicken sandwich on a concha bun. Not sure how I feel about that. And then we're going to get a spicy strawberry hibiscus mocktail. That's what they came up with. I'm not a fan of spicy cocktails. I'm not a fan of mocktails. And I'm not a fan of people playing in my face. Because in what reality does it make sense to put the spice in the drink and put the tequila on the chicken? Why wouldn't you put the spice on the chicken and put the tequila in the drink? But you know what? I guess sometimes people just make way too much sense. If it sounds too much like right, it must be wrong. So no, we're getting Hennessy, not Hennessy. We're getting tequila chicken wings. and a spicy strawberry mocktail. If you into that, go have at it. You know, it's only in a few cities, New York, Philadelphia, Miami, Kansas City, and New Orleans. I was very shocked to see that Atlanta wasn't on the list. I feel like Atlanta should have been at the top of the list. Atlanta would have showed they whole asses for a Don Julio and Popeyes collaboration, but no, they're not getting it. It's coming to New York. I'm not sure if I'm going to try it. I don't like wasting my money, and I don't like wasting food. And a Popeyes Don Julio collaboration that does not involve a lemonade margarita just sounds like a waste of time, money, food, and effort. So I don't know, but who knows? You know, I just be saying stuff. I do change my mind, and I do like to just be doing shit just for the fuck of it. So maybe I will. Maybe I will. And I'm prepared to not like it. I'm not eating that shit. I'm lying. So on top of the Popeyes Don Julio collaboration, there was also a bit of a social media scandal involving Popeyes, their biscuits, a whole lot of butter, and a whole lot of ass. So there was a Popeyes employee, or should I say ex-Popeyes employee, who decided to post a video on TikTok of him buttering the Popeyes biscuits. Now, when I tell y'all he buttered those biscuits, he buttered the absolute fuck out of them biscuits. And the caption said, "You ain't never going to get a dry biscuit from me." Y'all, he put like 7 to 8 layers of butter on those biscuits. Now, he did miss one biscuit. And you know what? The biscuit he missed, that was probably the lucky biscuit. But he was just out there buttering the buttermilk biscuits. He kind of went viral. The Popeyes official TikTok account commented on the video and said, "Hey, you missed a spot." So it's like all jokey jokes. We're all laughing and having a good time. And then a day or two later, Mr. Biscuit Man records a video letting us know that his employment had been terminated from Popeyes. And, you know, we didn't get a reason. Some people assumed that he was fired because he over buttered those biscuits. Some people assumed he was fired because he missed a biscuit. Some people assumed that he was fired for violating the Popeye social media policy and having his phone out at work and having his phone over there by the food and just recording himself buttering the biscuits. But then there was a potential fourth reason because some people decided to go to this young man's TikTok page and scroll his videos. And woo child, when I tell you, I'm gonna just say this, you see this man's ass more than you see his face. In fact, the only time you see his face is when he's buttering biscuits and when he's deep throating bananas. You heard me right. He likes to deep throat bananas. There was a video on his page of him and a banana and his open mouth, and he was just going ham, having himself a good old time. Like, look, I got a banana right here in front of me. Now, I'm not going to show y'all what he did with the banana. He did some things with that banana. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I was disgusted. Like he's just twerking all over the place. There was a lot of gym content, but like it seems like every day is leg day for him because all he does is ass workouts. And then like he doesn't have the camera set up where you can like see like his form and you can see the exercises. No, it's just propped up right underneath his ass to the point that you can barely like see anything else in the video. Just ass. Got these shorts balled up all up in his ass crack, doing all types of squats and stuff. Just ass, 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 asshole up in the camera. You know, I follow, well, not I follow, but I do see a lot of fitness content. And, you know, when they're doing leg day and glute day, they don't record their videos like that. Come to think of it, fitness content is actually pretty hilarious because it'll like just be these angry looking, just jacked up, brolic ass men with like this crazy voiceover. It'll be like Steve Harvey or just some type of motivational speaker giving this passionate speech about how they don't want to see you win and they want you to quit. They want you to lose. And I'm sitting here thinking, who the fuck are y'all talking about? Like who's hating on you? Who is this phantom hater who doesn't want you to exercise? But you know what? Let them tell it. They exist. And maybe I don't know because I'm just not in that world. But you know, they just always be at the parks doing calisthenics and selling Seymours and promoting semen retention. That semen retention stuff never made sense to me. I'm not doing it. I'm not retaining my semen. I'll be shooting like an AK-47. Y'all can have that. Fuck it. I don't have self-control. But again, I don't live in that world. So hey, maybe retaining all that semen is what keeps the is that what helps their muscles grow? Not jacking off? Let me know. Don't beat your meat, go beat them weights. Anyway, back to the biscuit man. You know, his page, it was just very, very provocative, very salacious. You know, he walks into the room ass first, and maybe that's why Popeyes fired him. Because you can't trust somebody like that around the biscuits. We see what he does with the bananas. Imagine what he's doing to those biscuits. I don't have too many topics this week, but I do have a lot of Tell It to Ty submissions. Should we just jump into that? I think we should. Our first submission is titled 304 Life. Now, for those of you who don't know what a 304 is, a 304 is an HOE, okay? A person who like doesn't mind selling a little something, perhaps exchanging certain favors for financial gain, somebody who's not afraid to give a little to get a little, maybe give a lot to get a lot, you know? Right? Are you following me? Picking up what I'm putting down? Are you catching my drift? We're talking about the P word. P word institution. That's about a prostitute. A 304 is a prostitute, okay? Or a P word institute. Anyway, back to this letter. This story is honestly kind of sad. Someone I know was a 304 as her primary career. It started when she graduated college. Her parents had moved back to Taiwan and she wanted to follow her dreams, so she went to art school unaware of the true meaning of student debt. Once she graduated, she had no idea how to pay off her loans. A celebrity tweeted a joke about a sugar baby website and she went there out of curiosity. It inspired her to start a Tinder account. On this account, her strategy was to match with anyone and everyone. She would ignore most matches, but if she noticed someone was persistent, i.e., sent her 5+ unanswered messages, she'd offer a paid arrangement. She eventually found herself in a dangerous sugar baby situation, so she moved on to advertising elsewhere and fully committed to being a General 304. I like how you said General 304. She still longs for the artist life, and the 304 life is the closest thing she and the 304 life is the closest thing that resembles it to her. Her lifestyle got discovered because her sister found out she was dating an elderly man. She's opened up to more people about it, but feels conflicted because she doesn't think she can do it forever. And she feels that she can't use her 304 platform as a means to promote her art. Not sharing this story to shame her or embarrass her, but to offer perspective into the mindset. Might be too wordy slash lengthy, so no expectations of using this. Well, it's getting used and it was not too wordy. And I also want to commend you for like your punctuation and spelling. This was very easy to read. Um, you just told me all of your friends' business. I don't know if I'm supposed to like offer some advice or something. She wants to be an artist, but she is stuck doing sex work because of her student loan debt. Hmm. I mean, it sounds like her living expenses are being covered. So, like, does she have any extra money laying around? Like, can she use this money to invest in art supplies? I don't know what kind of artist she is. I do know that artists usually like to use their emotions to inspire their work. And her living the lifestyle that she's living, I'm sure she has lots of stories, lots of thoughts, and lots of feelings. So I would encourage her to take all of that and put it into her art. Now, as far as promoting her art, she just needs a separate social media account. Have one social media account for, your 304 stuff and have another one for your art. That's simple. I mean, I'm sure it's not that simple, but based off of what I have in front of me, I feel like that should be something. I don't know. Hey, if I need some more details, feel free to write me again and let me know. But yeah, good luck to you and your friend. I hope she stays safe. I do commend her for not wanting to stay in this lifestyle forever, because while sex work is a young girl's game. You age out of it, and you do not want to be an old, expired hoe. We have another submission. Good afternoon. I'm DMing you to get a total stranger's opinions and thoughts. I'm 37 and moved to Texas from North Carolina 7 years ago. My mom is still in North Carolina and is driving me crazy. She wants me to call every day. I work a full-time job and I'm single. When I call, she keeps me on the phone for hours. The max was 2.5 one night, and she gets mad if I don't call for a day or two. Also, she had the audacity to call the Texas non-emergency number on me and send cops to the door on a wellness check because I didn't answer the phone once. I was asleep, and said, "You need to answer when your mother calls." Like I know what's going on around me in my sleep. Laugh out loud. By the way, she has two other adult children that still live in our hometown. I need help on how to get her to understand the world doesn't revolve around her and to chill out. Or am I being an asshole? Let me know. Thanks. Well, first off, I don't think you're being an asshole. I think that you are an adult who just values their time and their space. Um, since you and your mom talk so often and for such a lengthy amount of time, I would imagine that y'all have a good enough relationship where you can like tell her like, "Hey mom, we don't have to talk every single day." Or like, and it doesn't have to be for like hours at a time. Do you guys text? Maybe a little text action could help alleviate this. You're 37 and you live several states away and you got two siblings. Maybe you're her favorite kid. Look, I don't know what the dynamic is in that house, but clearly she wants to talk to you. Um, yeah, I think this is a pretty easy fix. Just have the conversation. Let her know, like, "Hey, ma, look, I work all the time, and sometimes I just want to go home, unplug, and just unwind and relax. I don't love you any less. I enjoy our talks, but let's take a break sometimes. Give me time to miss you." Okay. One thing I've learned, sometimes you have to teach your parents how to respect you because your parents are always going to see you as a child, and that's because you are their child. Yeah, usually you have this it usually takes parents a while to realize that their children are not children anymore. And since you're 37, she should have realized that a long time ago. And you moved away. Because I feel like when the farther the farther you are away from your parents, the more respect they develop for you. So yeah, I say just have the conversation. Be respectful, be nice. Um, and yeah, good luck. Let me know how that goes. We're going to do one last tell it to Ty submission. My crackhead uncle got hit by a train, lived and kept smoking, then went to school to be a drug counselor so he could keep getting high with clients. Okay, you know what? I respect your father for being so committed to his addiction. Was he high when he got hit by the train? And what kind of train was it? Was it like a subway train? Are we in New York? Was it an Amtrak? Was it like a commuter rail, Metro North, Long Island Railroad? What was going on here? New Jersey Transit? Like, how did he get hit by the train? How did he end up on the tracks? Was he just high and went chasing that dragon off the platform and then boom, the train hit him and he survived getting hit by a train? That's crazy. It was probably that crack strength. You cannot kill a crackhead. Nothing can kill a crackhead except bad crack. All right? Your crackhead uncle must be crackhead Superman. And that train was not made out of kryptonite. Good for him. And then he had enough ingenuity. He was creative enough. He had the foresight to say, you know what? Let me go get a job at this school and be a drug counselor so I can keep getting high. Because now, one, he's making some new crackhead friends, probably getting like some new connects. Because if you in the drug counselor program, you know where to get drugs from. That was like a good for him. Good for him. I respect a resourceful rock star. Is he still alive? So yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here. I know this is like a shorter episode. Child, that was all I was able to give y'all this week. I am, however, going to start watching Wags to Riches. I'm hearing great things about it. I kind of fell off with the whole reality TV thing. I just kind of outgrew it. Like, we're on like the 20th season of every fucking show right now. I just don't care about them anymore. And I need some new mess to care about. And these Wags girls, they seem like a hot ass mess, so I want to get into it. And I just got the email from Netflix that my subscription renewed, so I might as well get my money's worth. I feel like it's like an updated Basketball Wives because the old Basketball Wives, they kind of aged out. Many of them don't realize this yet, but they have indeed aged out. So yeah, I'm gonna go give that a look, and I will come back here next week and let you guys know my thoughts on what I've seen. So, yeah, go ahead, send in those tell it to Ty submissions because that's low key my favorite part of the podcast right now. That's what motivates me to get up and record, is to look at these messages. Um, try to stay positive, stay optimistic, stay hopeful, do what you have to do. You are beautiful, you are special, you are more than enough, you are more than capable. I see the value in you. Hell, I can see the value in a crackhead who got hit by a train. Of course, I can see the value in you. So, yeah, have a good one.